Moving on. 3 US-based academics won the 2024 Nobel Economics Prize on October 14 for their research into why global inequality persists, especially in countries dogged by corruption and dictatorship. Simon Johnson, James Robinson, both British-American rather, and Turkish-American Daron Acemoglu, they were commended for their work on how institutions are formed and affect prosperity.
Reducing the huge differences in income between countries is one of our time's greatest challenges. Thanks to Daron Acemoglu, Simon Johnson and James Robinson's groundbreaking research, we have a much deeper understanding of the root causes of why countries fail or succeed.
The award came a day after a World Bank report showed that the world's 26 poorest countries, home to about 40% of the most poverty-stricken people in the world, are more in debt than at any time since 2006. This highlights also a major reversal in the fight against poverty. And here's what James Robinson said regarding his work in the Global South.
It's working in developing countries and in the Global South is that people are usually much more aware of the problems than Western academics are, and so their problem is, how to cooperate, how to kind of find a way of collaborating and trying to change their own societies, how to build a project to build a different Nigeria or a different Colombia. And so I think maybe ideas are important in terms of giving people levers or giving people ways to think about the problems in their society.
The Turkish-American economist Acemoglu told the Nobel Press Conference that data gathered by pro-democracy groups had shown that public institutions and rule of law in many parts of the world are being weakened. And he also identified where the discussion should be focused.
Well, I think some of my work has focused on institutional effects, both long-term or short-term, and that's the one that the Nobel Committee emphasized, and I'm delighted about that. Some of the work that I've talked about here is about AI and other challenges facing us. They're actually intertwined because, as I emphasized this morning, it is institutional strength that's going to be key during a time of turbulence. So I'm delighted that those different pieces of my work are coming together. I think they are relevant for today, so that's doubly good for me. And hopefully it's a conversation that other people can participate in, because it's really important how we deal with aging, how we deal with AI, inequality, the nature of work, climate change. I think these are critical questions for us.
Well, Acemoglu and Johnson, they both work at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, while Robinson is at the University of Chicago. Now, Robinson believes that the November presidential elections in the United States are among the most consequential yet, especially for American citizens. However, he too believes that democracy is being undermined systematically.
A long time to build strong institutions. It doesn't take long to overthrow them if you really put your mind to it. So once again, the US, a wonderful country, a country I'm proud to have joined, and I'm very happy to be an American citizen. I worked long and hard to become an American citizen. Thank you, MIT, for that as well. We've had a bumpy ride on democracy, and what happens next in the November election is extremely consequential for whether we can sustain our better, stronger institutions and have more shared prosperity going forward.
And James Robinson holds the view that local communities are better equipped to handle their own affairs than top-down economics does. The bottom-up approach is what the Global South seeks and hopes to build on.
There's history on the planet, human beings, but human beings have built very different societies in different parts of the world. And I would say the first thing is to think about it like that, and think about a question that's relevant to those people and to their context and to their aspirations. And I think, as I said to this other question, for me it's really about the question and trying to find the right kind of question. Then you worry about the research design.
Well, it's clear that the world is under pressure to deliver on key issues from inequality to climate change to gender equity, artificial intelligence, and the like. Now, the answers, according to these Nobel laureates, lie in strengthening institutional democracies.
Well, let me end by saying three things, two non-controversial, pretty obvious, and one perhaps a little more controversial. One, participate. That's what democracy needs. Two, avoid demonizing the other side, try to understand the other side so that there is better communication. That's what democracy is about. But third, I think walk away from all social media and media sources that try to polarize us. That's only by people walking away and not rewarding these really pernicious sources of echo chambers, polarization, pollution of communication that we can actually fix the system. We should stop rewarding them.